Hi, guys. Sorry, I just had a total brain fart right now. So, I did get a few messages yesterday, questions about when I would go live again, since I've been kind of MIA for a little bit. I figured I'd go live today for a short while just to get us kind of back in sync with spending time together. So, I have a few things available for expedites and very, very limited quantities. I do have, let me see what I have. Let me see what I have. I have bioscans. I have special pricing on condensed Claire Tarot readings. I have Twin Ray Healing and the Lionsgate Galactivation. So with the Lionsgate, oh my God, this energy has been insane. Insane all day. All day. I woke up this morning being super duper energized and in an amazing mood, and then I don't know what happened. I kind of just fell asleep in the middle of the afternoon. I was exhausted, and now I'm slowly recharging my batteries. And I seem to keep alternating between really hot and really cold. So a lot of weird shifting of energies because of the Lionsgate. It did open or begin on, I believe, the 26th. And then it's just going to continue to go full throttle until the 8th. I think by the night of the 7th, I'm going to hide under a rock. I think that's the plan. That is definitely the plan because all these fluctuations in energy is just too much for me right now. It's too much. So let's how are you guys doing, by the way? Are you guys doing good? Is everyone, excuse me, enjoying the shift in energies? Hi, guys. Hello, hello. What's going on, Candace? Let's see. What was I gonna do? Oh. So what was going on? See, Brittany has a massive headache from the chef. I just started a headache like a few minutes ago. Like, energy, calm down, calm down, calm down. Hi, Narelle. Hi, Plum Ponds. Hi, Amber. Hi. So let me just put this really quick. Oh no. I was also finding quite a few different articles. Hold on, guys. Okay. I was also finding quite a few different articles on a few things, and very interesting. We have a black moon coming up, a super black moon. That's the second full moon of the month. And it coincides with basically the end of Mercury retrograde. Mercury can really gurgle something. All right, here we go. So let's see. Try to use black magic against you. That's messed up. That's just messed up. How do you know this? I mean, do you just suspect it or do you know for sure? Why, Hector? I couldn't help it. Sorry, Hector. So Narelle had a migraine last night as well. I don't often get headaches. I don't often get headaches either, but it's just like a weird, I don't even know if you could call it a headache. It's like a fullness in the head that just, I don't know. Um, if you feel that, why do you continue to talk to him? Chiclet! Mystic Mermaid is here as well. So you guys, I want to get girl, do not use the T word with that bullshit. Twins will not do that to you. Don't play yourself. For real. Don't play yourself. Don't play yourself. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. I'm telling you, you know what? I know who my twin is. I know exactly who it is. He knows who I am. We don't like each other. But never would he do that shit to me. I know that and things can come and try and pretend that it's him attacking me. I know in my heart, as much as he does not like me, as much as, whatever I feel, I would never attack him. He would never attack me. As a matter of fact, if someone tried to access him, I will attack that motherfucker. I will defend him. No questions asked. That's not a twin. Mm-mm. That is not a twin. I have zero contact with my twin at all, but I guarantee you, even if my conscious mind is not aware that he is suffering through something and being attacked, my higher self will fuck shit up on his behalf. That's a twin. That's a twin. Not no black magic shit. What do you mean, should you walk away? I don't know. Uh, I I'm not judging you. I'm not. I'm trying to get a grip on my own personal feelings and thoughts about twins. A lot of people go through this kind of thing with the whole twin thing. Um, it pisses me off because it's like your desire to connect with something of divine nature is so being taken advantage of. It's being exploited, and that is one of the most disgusting things an individual could ever do. That's one of the most disgusting things ever. Ever. Demons can do telepathy. Demons can read emotion, spiritual desire, and can exploit that. Just because you have a connection with someone doesn't mean that's your twin. It doesn't. It doesn't. I've met quite a few people that claim to be my twin. I've met people who claim a lot of shit. Not today, demon, not today. Get the fuck out of here with your demonic ass. Not you, Candace. I'm talking about them. Yeah, I can remove attachments. I can't do it on a live because I won't expose people to the fuckery. Go to my website, Candace, emmyevolving.com. Look for parasitic extraction. That's what you need. Yeah. It just, I don't know. I don't know. Like, if I'm going to be completely honest, I'm still really, I'm still really pretty fucking butthurt about the breakdown in communication, how that shit went down between my own twin and myself. We're just too much alike, I guess. But I would never I've wanted to, but I would never actually attack him or use black magic. And I would never hesitate to defend ever, ever. Like, regardless of how I feel, how butthurt I could possibly be, if he were to like be like, hey, call me right now and be like, look, I still fucking hate you, but I need your help. I'd be like, fuck you. What do you need me to do? I'm not even joking. That twin shit is like, that's not, that's not a twin. I'm telling you that right now. That is not a twin. Yeah, I would be like, fuck you. I will help you, but after this, I'm punching you in your ball sack because you make me so fucking mad. But I'll help you for right now. I'm just saying. Okay, guys, let's go ahead and do number wars. I hope he don't ever watch my shit because he'd be like, this crazy. That's why I don't like her. She fucking crazy. Yeah, fuck you anyways. Okay, my eye is now like, okay. We're done with that. Let's pick a number from 1 to 100. Let's see. Wait, wait. I thought I saw it. Plum Ponds. You won at 23. Plum Ponds. Okay. I have, hold on. I think I have like eyelashes sticking into my eyes. Okay, Plum Ponds. Let's get you some kitty cards. So this mother effing Lionsgate is doing a number on all of us, isn't it? It is so doing a number on every single last one of us. All right, Plum Ponds. Let's see. Ooh, look at you. You're a thug. You're spiritually thugging. Let us see. 9 of Spades. This is about habits. Habits. Let me just calm myself down. I got triggered talking about twin shit. Okay, no. This one's not a bitch. Since we're talking about how we feel, no, he's not a bitch. But I can be if you keep pushing me. Okay, focus. Card 9 of Spades is about a habit, crutch, or meditation. So you're basically in a space where you're moving forward spiritually and it's a little bit uncomfortable because it's such uncharted territory and you're kind of looking for old things to reassure you, to kind of hold you up and replenish you. That's perfectly normal. It's perfectly okay. All right. And then you have 9 of Clubs, which is about protective exoskeleton. So again, it ties into this where basically you're entering a more gritty, raw phase of your spiritual development. And so, you're like, it's a little bit uncomfortable because your comfort zone is being expanded. You're being taken to the edge of your comfort zone and pushed slightly beyond it to help grow you. Okay. And then your final card is Queen of Spades. And this is about night, dreams, and creativity. So at night, I wouldn't be surprised if you're getting downloads. And these downloads, especially during the Lionsgate portal, because a lot of light code comes in from galactic sources. So I wouldn't be surprised if at night, you have a lot of downloads coming in, and it's really accelerating your entire spiritual process. Okay. So let us hold on one second. All right. Let's go ahead and pick another. Yeah, those are downloads, Plumpons. If you have lots of dreams at night, and especially if they're like intense, you remember some details for the first like minute or so after waking up. Usually by 5 minutes after you wake up, all the memory's gone. Whatever little bit that you remember is gone. You know, that's usually a download, not an actual dream. So let us see. Um, The sun will come out tomorrow. Bet your bottom dollar that tomorrow there'll be sun. Just thinking about tomorrow clears away the cobwebs and the sorrow till there's none. Okay, let me go back. Tomorrow, tomorrow, I love ya. Tomorrow, it's only a day away. All right, I'm caught up. The sun will come out tomorrow. Um, Thank you for the super chat, DC. Um, All right. We'll just keep watching. All right. It looks like you guys are putting the same numbers over and over. Someone will win. Someone will eventually win. Cheryl Walker, you won at 52. Cheryl Walker. All right, Cheryl Walker. Let's get you some kitty cards. Some kitty cards. All right, guys. Yeah. Okay. If you guys would like to have expedite a request for a reading, personal reading, you could find it through that link. I also have 2 or 3 other things offered today. That is the bioscan, as well as a twin ray healing, and something with a lion's gate. My head hurts. All right. Are you still tingling everywhere, Moon Chiclet? Yeah. Okay, Cheryl. Let's see. Oh, how cute. You're such a dumpling. Mm-hmm. I'm just saying, girl. Let's see. 5 of Hearts is about shared pleasures and fulfillment. Look at that dim sum. Oh, that's so cute. It's time for you to begin sharing some of the things that you've been uncovering about yourself, about your journey. There's a lot of information that's been coming in for you. a lot of like um, theories or thoughts you've been kind of mulling over for the past maybe few years are starting to really take shape. You're starting to really understand where those thoughts are coming from and what they actually mean. And I think there are people that you need to be sharing this nourishing information with. Okay. I don't know who they are, but I definitely feel like you'll have an idea. So, Ace of Spades, this is about focus, intention, and ease. You are just like the arrow at this point. You're being focused. You're being very much directed towards doing something that you're supposed to be doing. And it's going to get there. Your energy is shifting again. And then two of spades, this is about rich conversation and friendship. So if you look at that, you have to focus on finding out who it is you're supposed to talk to and begin talking to them. Okay. This information is probably of, I don't know if it's a galactic nature. Is it me? Did you need to tell me something privately? Hold on. Your dragon's here. I joking. Your dragon's here. I don't know if the information you need to share is with me, but he's definitely trying to get my attention. He's like trying to wave me down. What up, boo? So yeah, definitely. If you do feel the need to reach out, you know how to get a hold of me. Okay. So let's get started. Let's see. You guys, I came across an article really quick about toxic stress in childhood. Means mental health troubles in adulthood. And it's like, y'all just figuring that out now? Really? I thought that was just common sense at this point. Isn't it just common sense? Like, you know, the traumas in childhood lead to things like that in adulthood. All right. So a bioscan, having headaches since Friday. Okay. Cheryl, you're up. So let's see. So this is for Cheryl Walker. Have you been having fullness on the left side of your head, right around this area? See where my ear is? Right around this area before the head starts to curve to the back. Have you been having fullness there? Mild, very, very mild discomfort. There's been something implanted. I'm gonna look deeper, okay? I'm gonna see if I need to do a deep core scan. Hold on. I don't know how to work my phone. I like literally don't know how to work my phone. Okay, it's 5:55. It's time for you to change, girl. It's time for you to change. Change this not knowing how to work your phone. Um, ooh. Let me just go back to SoundCloud because that I know how to work. No, I don't want that stuff. Breathe. Cheryl, I'm entering your cranial space. You might feel swirling all around you. I've created a perimeter Vendara. Found it. It's light code. Cheryl, I'm creating a hypercube of protection and putting you in my heart space. Stay in there, okay? No matter what you see, hear, or feel, stay inside my heart space. Call your dragon to you. The Andara are posturing to do something major. Try and take her. Scanning you for any injuries. Reconstructing your shield. Scanning the audience. Shield shattering detected. For all of you whose shields have shattered, when I detonated the charge, I will be reconstructing your shields. How do you feel? So, you had what looked like a crystal seal seed. Um, this was extremely compacted. I guess you could say hydroplasma, very, very dense. And inside it was some really intense coding. I'll answer your direct question. It was a portion of my code. For whatever reason, you were given a portion of my code, a small fragment, and your face went numb because you felt the gravity of my energy without it being cloaked. So there were a ton of Andarans swirling around to make sure everything was okay. You're a highly coveted lady. There were quite a few things that were like wanting to go to war to take you. And I was like, you want to take her. Let's see what happens. Fun things happen. So, do you feel okay though? You feel all right? I had to detonate a pretty large charge. For those of you that are sensitive to energy, you might have felt it. Pretty much everyone who hasn't been actively shielding and like creating a thicker and thicker shield. Oh, your shield shattered. I'm so sorry. It was a little bit heavy handed, but hey, they got to learn. You know what I mean? They got to learn when someone such as myself says, try it. See what happens. That's what happens. But I undid everything. We fixed everyone's shield. We totally made it even thicker. And everything's all good. Everything's all good. So Cheryl, don't be sorry for the excitement. You definitely have a few other things that would be coming through probably in the next few days. Hopefully my business isn't gonna affect you. I don't know. I'm pretty sure our souls have things that they're supposed to do together in this life, and so for whatever reason, uh, you know, I'm just like, and your dragon is so ridiculously. Oh my god, I love him. Every time he's come forward, which hasn't been that many times, but he will come and he will totally like he stands behind you and then he puts his face over your shoulder and puts it really close to mine, like nuzzle me. I'm like, oh. Oh, he wants to see me all the time. I really like him a lot. Like a lot. He likes to cuddle his face on my face. I like it. I do. I like it. I'm not gonna lie. I really enjoy his presence. All right. So next we have Annie Salao. Okay. So and then the Claire Tarot reading. All right. Annie, are you here? He is super sweet. He is super sweet. But I know his energy though. I know he's sweet to me, but don't threaten his mama. Don't threaten you because that sweetness does not carry over to everything. I know he's badass. I know that for sure. All right, Annie's here. Have you been, Annie? Ooh. Oh. You've been going through a hard time? A lot of shifting has been going on. I hope you're not going busy with twins. Okay. Let me just get you a couple more cards. Okay. So, right now everything is kind of muddled. Felt crazy these last few days emotionally. I hope you guys are not arguing. It's looking like everything is looking a little bit like gray and drab, like gray skies, that Eeyore from Winnie the Pooh, that kind of energy, just like really heavy and oppressive. And it's not necessarily the twin. That's just the energy that's kind of going around. So card number 10, releasing allegiances. Immediately when I saw this, I kind of felt as though maybe you're worn down and feeling like I can't continue with this. It's just way too much. I'm not strong enough for this. Should I walk away? Is there still any sweetness left, or am I just going to keep getting stung? You're feeling very uh, naked in your truth, and it's like there is still this part of you that doesn't feel like it's time to let go. Let me see. Arguing but communicating a lot, resolving things. Good. Very, very good. Very, very good. So um, when you see the gray, that means you're beginning to get centered. Okay. When you exist solely just in the light, it's all white, right? When you exist solely in the darkness, it's all black. Well, you can't exist solely in one. You're going to be unbalanced. And what ends up happening is when you exist in center, that's where the gray zone is. That's where you exist right now, in center. And yeah, you're going to feel triggered because this is where all of the things that you've been needing to address are. And what I notice, a lot of people don't realize this. They swing from light to dark, light to dark. And as you're swinging, you're not actually touching the ground in the gray zone. The gray zone is where we're supposed to exist to grow the most. And so as you enter into that gray zone, you're going to begin to get triggered quite a bit, not because there's bad things there, but because you're finally getting in a position where you're not just swinging and being erratic. You're becoming stable enough to begin addressing the very things that you've been avoiding in the swings. Okay, I hope that makes sense. And a lot of the inner child stuff actually exists within the gray zone. Okay, card number 43, come to life. There are a lot of things that are going on. See how the grass is growing in between. Definitely a lot of growth going on, a lot of messages from soul, also a lot of interference from the human monkey mind. Okay. You're trying to make things sweeter. You're trying to make things smoother. And that's okay. That's a very natural reaction when things are very feeling very rough and raw. You naturally want to make things smoothed out, a lot softer. No one wants to exist in conflict, but this conflict is necessary, especially for you because you're in a twin union. It's necessary because it's actually helping you uncover the very deeply buried stuff regarding the inner child, shadow work, all of that. You'll continue to get triggered, especially with this Lionsgate energy really agitating all the things that have settled down. Those agitations, those periods of energy that comes in and agitates your auric field, what ends up happening is the things that have settled end up rising to the surface to be cleared out. And when that happens, the actual light codes that ride in on that 888 portal will have some space within your auric field. So this is a process of clearing in order to be refilled. It's emptying the cup so the cup can be useful. It can hold new, fresh code, okay? Yeah, there is so much healing to be done. Many of us don't realize how much emotion and trauma and things that we've just shelved. And this has been kind of a theme in my sessions today where the topic comes up that we don't really process our life's events. The moment we stop crying and feeling the really intense emotions, we think we're done processing because we've stopped crying. And really it's not. We've just finished processing the initial emotional reaction to any given trigger. And so everything gets shelved, and the shelves are full. All of us, our shelves are all full, and we're needing to clear space. That's what you're going through right now, Annie. But it's a good thing. This next card is a confirmation you're going in the right direction. Card number 24, new birth, guarded vigilantly. So you're like in the early springtime of your development, okay? Your spiritual development for this particular cycle of ascension. We go through more than just one cycle of ascension in life. It's continuous. We'll have periods of dormant cycles of like periods of dormant. We'll have dormant periods in between the cycles. Girl, Stop thinking so fast. Periods of dormancy in between the cycles of ascension, but ascension will continue for the rest of your life. Okay, it's not just one time. That's why when people say I'm woke, I woke on, really? Not to correct you, but you're going to continue to wake for your whole life. You have cycles of sleep and waking. Same thing with spirituality. You're going to go back to sleep for a little bit and wake up again to a new day. So you have a lot of growth occurring. Definitely, it can feel very tender. It definitely needs to be handled in a slightly more delicate way. I mean, a seedling can't take as much um, stomping as, say, a full grown tree, So be gentle with yourself, okay, Annie? If you need time and space, definitely take it. You know that. You're very independent. If he's not able or willing to hear your point of view, regarding things that involve his growth, definitely give him time. And these are things I'm sure you're already doing, but it's nice to get some confirmation from someone else, so it gives you that secure feeling of, okay, so I'm not just kind of giving up and ignoring him and not doing my part. You're absolutely doing your part, Annie. You're doing an amazing job and helping each other heal. Okay, I can feel the change in your energy, the change in his energy, since the last time you joined for Alive. I mean, there's still disharmonic energy, but it's not like a cyclone of like, oh my God, I'm concerned. I feel a lot more calm. I feel like things are in a more manageable state. So definitely beautiful job. Your guys' efforts, both of you have been putting effort into it. It's paying off. It's definitely paying off. So I'm going to go ahead and begin your twin ray healing, okay? That's what it is. Oh my God, I'm so proud of him. I am so proud of him. Oh my God, I'm gonna cry. Girl. That's your presence in his journey that's really given him the courage to do this. I mean, he's always been strong enough on his own, but he didn't have the courage to do this for himself. And you being there gave him that fire back, that courage. That's so beautiful. That's a twin union, you guys. That's a twin union. That's a real twin connection. There's arguments. There's like, I fucking hate you. I hate you too. But you don't do black magic on each other. You don't manipulate each other. You work through things. Okay. That's what a twin union is. So let me get a song. So breathe very deep and very slow. Annie, your higher selves want merger. And removing the veil. How do you feel? That was just so beautiful. Um, totally unexpected. Totally unexpected. So make sure you breathe, make sure you stay seated. Both your higher selves just suddenly requested a full merger. Um, I wasn't expecting to do a full merger. I was expecting to do just, cord healing. But that was a full merger. Hey, Friday. So yeah. Ooh, I'm still feeling very, very good. So with the full merger, that means that the sense of separation, that illusion that you two are separate, has been removed. That veil is gone. Okay, that veil is gone, and so now the amount of resistance, it's not going to make the relationship perfect. You're still going to experience triggering. You're still going to experience lessons learned in only a way that he could help you to learn, but it takes away much of the unnecessary. All right. You're welcome, Annie. It takes away the unnecessary. the feeling of like separateness and things like that. You'll be able to feel each other much more intensely. And it also amplifies both of your coding. Okay. So expect, definitely expect a tremendous amount of acceleration in your spiritual journey. You guys have such a beautiful journey together. Oh my God. Oh my God. It's not a fake kind of beautiful either. It's one that's really raw and really real. And you're building the foundation of a lifelong union. It's beautiful. Beautiful. So thank you, Annie. Next is Miss Melissa Bernard. Miss Melissa. Is that still bothering you, Melissa? Aw, Annie. Um, it got worse. Okay. Melissa, remember your second skin armor? I'm going to detonate a charge into your armor. Load that charge and you're A-OK. Amplify and detonate, okay? Let me load my charge. Three, two, one. Amplify the charge. Detonate it into my A-OK. Winter's coming. Have your way and have some fun. Creating a perimeter. Nothing gets in, nothing gets out. You and I are locked in with winter. Double your second skin, Melissa. I'm amplifying winter's charge.
Breathe, Melissa. When your suit's had enough, detonate the charge. Winter will absorb it. They need to learn. Shields down. Thank you, Winter. Archives behind you. We're doing field reconstruction, okay? I'm going to plug Lionsgate energy directly into your solar plexus. Three, two, one. Setting you on fire. Taking you up in frequency. Exiting matrix. 75. 130. 275. Entering Eka. Reaching Akasha. Free fall. Entering matrix. Anchoring. How do you feel? Okay. You're super filled with extremely high frequency. Yeah. You're filled with extremely high frequency right now. Okay. Make sure you stay seated for a bit. And I'm filled with extremely high sweat. Extremely high levels of sweat. All right. Let me just. Girl. I think everybody's floating right now. Melissa, this tells you anything. Mm-hmm. She's not only a client, she's a president. That tells you anything. Okay. Let me just. See you next Tuesday. All right. So, Melissa, I did your Lionsgate. That's been cleared as well. I think there's other light coding that's going to be coming through very soon. It might also have very similar. It might have also very similar type of symptoms, but you shouldn't feel like, oh my God, what is this? It'll be more a feeling of like, is this new code? But similar energy presentation. Yeah, she said felt like a waterfall flowing through. Awesome, awesome, awesome. All right, so next we have Simi. So, healing. Okay. All right. Nikki, you got your Pastian Potential Kit. Okay. You like it? Did you try the salt? No. The soul soak? Did you smell that? I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I had a big ass vat of it. And I was like, I don't want to share this. I don't want to share this. Yeah, that's a very special one. It's a very, very special one. The things that were combined. I'm just saying. Just saying. That was all handmade by moi. Okay, we come messing around. Simi, are you here? Oh, Simi asked for a timestamp. Okay. I love the smell too. If I'm gonna be completely honest, Nikki, I went ahead and I took the bag and I rubbed it all over myself because I had quite a few orders. So, I definitely rubbed it all over myself. All right, let's see. All right, let's see. Ugh. So, Simi, your timestamp is at 1 hour, 10 minutes, and 45 seconds. Hi, Simi. Sorry you weren't able to stay for the live, but I will be starting with you right now. Let me just remind myself. Okay. And all right. All right, so Simi, oh, there you are. So Simi, basically there was like a crud, like a crusty something or other, like a residue, um, almost like a tar. Uh, yeah, it would be like a tar. It was inside the cord between you and your twin. I went ahead and cleaned that out, and hopefully this will help you to really. I know you've been struggling a lot. I know you've been really struggling a lot. The twin has been struggling a lot. And what's ended up happening is, as he struggles very silently, he doesn't tell you, you feel it and you kind of internalize it as your own. And in addition to that, there is an external force or presence that is causing the experience to become unnecessarily distorted, it's amplifying everything, amplifying. So definitely just try your best to roll with the punches. Try your best to not allow it to upset you too much, to affect your mood too much. Let yourself feel whatever you feel. Give yourself a few minutes, and then make sure you go back to like, okay, I've already felt enough. I'm going to move forward now. I'm going to choose to move forward. Okay, Simi. You might also experience a little bit of energetic detox with the Lionsgate clearing and activation. There's a lot of energy that was also displaced. And so you might feel the detox, the flu-like symptoms. Okay. Hi, Pariwa. Let's see. Oh, really? Jody, I don't remember what I said in the Taurus reading, but I hope everything's okay. I hope it was a good reading. Or no, actually, I think the Taurus one was a painful one for me. Oh man, I hope you're okay, Jody. Let me go ahead and close down the link. There we go. All right, so next we have Monique Bryant for a scan. Monique Bryant, are you here? Hello, Shoshana. Monique, are you here? Let me see if yours went through. All right, so maybe Monique is not here right now. Passion Living LA, it didn't go through. I don't see your name on here. Let me refresh one more time just to make sure. Yeah, it didn't go through. Let me open the link for you. All right. You feel it, Simi? All right, so let us see who is next. Becca Johnson. Condensed Tarot and Bioscan. Becca, you here? Jemmy, I believe I saw yours. Rebecca Johnson, are you here? Yes, Simi, the Lionsgate Galactic was done too. So you might experience an intense detox, okay? Let's see.
Gulping down life. All right, Becky's here. Let me just go back and see what it was. You're welcome, Simi. So clear tarot and advice. That's right. That's right. All right. So let's see. Is there anything in particular you want to ask about, Becky? Me too. New Age Tarot. I've been exhausted. Exhausted. Just exhausted. Why am I shuffling so angrily? Shit. All right. I will get back to you, Monique. I see that you're finally here. All right. So, Becky, let us see. You're kind of upset with yourself. So, Becky, look at this. It's like that's you. You're seeing the true you. And then there's also this part of you that's like annoyed with yourself or something. Or like, are you just wondering what it is about you that causes this kind of like, I don't know what you're going through, but it's like a frustrated feeling. And it almost feels as though some melancholy, like you're kind of sad or disappointed at how things have been going, and you're feeling as though someone or something else has been calling the shots, and it's really your higher self. Your higher self's guiding you to things. And what's your sign? You're about to get dragged, girl. You're not flowing with your higher self. You're not listening to her. She's the one that's calling the shots. So if you're struggling through things right now, it would be because your higher self is trying to get you to do. Oh, it's been a stressful week. You exist in a legacy of light. Oh, okay, the Virgo. So Virgo has more struggles with letting go, releasing the need to like control your own journey. Not that you're a control freak, but who doesn't want to control their journey? Who wants to be told what to do? Not many people, And so what ends up happening, Virgo embodies that a little bit more potently than the other signs. You tend to fight your higher self a little bit more. But it's trying to get you to ascend to a higher level of being. Let's get you a couple more cards. I kind of want to understand this so that your week can turn around. See, okay. So what's happening? All these cards fell out. Is what's happening. It's like things have just kind of been scattered around in your mind, your emotions, your auric field, and it's hard to make sense with things all scattered. Virgo needs order, right? And so when the things are scattered in the mind, it then creates a sense of chaos. And what you're needing right now is to mother yourself a little bit, to really, really just allow that inner child to take a nap and slow it down. Okay, you have to slow it down because the amount of frazzledness is not helping you. Also, if you're feeling as though maybe maybe someone else is the issue and maybe you should just cut them off, and why do you still have contact? Because your energy is intertwined. You guys are intertwined. You're supposed to do stuff together still. There's still lessons that are needing to be learned. And then once you do, you'll enter a phase of your journey where you become an empress type energy, okay? Where you realize you are the queen, the empress of your own kingdom, which is your auric field. And you won't
You won't feel the need to defend yourself as much and try and prove that you're, not as horrible as someone else is trying to make you seem. Yeah, see, it's all about your magic. All three of these just flipped out. So it's, I wouldn't be surprised if you're feeling like everything and everyone is against you and you're kind of left in the darkness. Well, that's where you're the most useful. Okay. You feel like you've been set on fire and left in the dark. Well, that's where you shine the best. That's something that I had to come to terms with. That's where I excel when people try and come at me like that. So you have to remember this. When people or circumstance tries to tear you down, this is where you become the strongest. Don't allow yourself to shrink. This is where you need to really allow yourself to rise up. Um, and then I don't want to say this. Daughter of Wands. I think some of it might have to do with your actual daughter triggering. Okay. And if she is, I mean, that's not a new dynamic between the two of you. It's definitely something that upsets you, but it's not a new dynamic. You will find a way to move through it, to get through it. Okay, but again, all of the stuff is just scattered everywhere, feeling like you're in the darkness, and there is light at the end of this. You do learn the lessons that need to be learned, and so that's perfectly okay. You just have to keep reminding yourself that it's just a process and stop worrying about other people's judgments of you. Okay. These are the people who have committed themselves to not understand you, to make assumptions. And, that's just who they are. That's just who they are. And there's not much you need to do about it. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and scan you right now. Um, So if any of you were wanting to hurry and get a last expedite before I close it out, as soon as I'm done with Becky, I will be closing it out and I won't be opening it again, okay? So Becky, breathe very deep and very slow. I see what looks like it's almost like a bright green um like a garter snake but shorter. It's like squirming around in your belly, but it looks very bright green. And I don't know that it's parasitic. It seems like it might not be. What is that? Have you been having any issues with your belly? You've been having like mild upset tummy? So I'm just waiting for Becky. Becky, are you still here? I almost wonder if her huh? Just when I eat something I'm that you're not supposed to. Um I don't quite know what it is. It's a very bright like a very bright green snake. Um, it definitely, I mean, it's not afraid. I don't feel nervousness coming from it. It's aware that I'm viewing it. If it was parasitic, it'd be freaked out, but it's not. I'm just going to leave that alone. Well, let me ask your higher self. She's very quick to say, leave it alone. So I'm going to leave that alone. If that becomes an issue later on, let me know, okay? Definitely let me know. But that's what I do see in the lower belly area. Um, I also see quite a few like mini daggers put into your chest. Um, I don't know if someone's kind of been taking, sorry, guys. My leg is cramping. I don't know if someone's been taking liberties, like making jabs at you, like saying things under their breath, but loud enough for you to hear, kind of to hurt your feelings. It reads more like, something your daughter would do. But I mean, that's your guys' relationship, so it's not anything new. But I do see small daggers in the chest, almost like I don't know, like small, literally small, like toothpick sized daggers, which is weird. I don't know what to make of that either. Aside from someone, the right of your head. Let me check the right of your head. Right along here. Yeah, like little sword toothpicks. A little bit shorter than that, though. A little bit shorter than that. Um, right around here, right down here, you have a whole bunch of those as well. What's going on, Becky? I'm asking your higher self. Are you really your higher self? That wasn't your higher self. That was a damn good mimic. I slapped it for you. It was a damn good mimic. How do you feel, Becky? You feel okay now? And I know she has a lag on her end. You feel okay. Um, it seems like you had a little bit of a parasitic breaching going on. Um, have you been in touch with Deb? Have you been like really feeling as though you needed to be in touch with Deb? Because I'm wondering if it was attempting to try and use you as a Trojan to access her. Let me see. Thank you, Lori and Ingrid.
Okay. So, I'll get with Deb later on and make sure she's feeling okay. But definitely, I think Deb should probably scan you again later. See if there's anything that she detects that might be a little bit off or anything like that. I've cleared it for you. Um, it's just I've never seen swords that small, like daggers that small, like small, almost like it's like when my kids get these little action figures and they have the little weapons. That's what it looks like. It's weird. It's weird. It doesn't feel right to me. It feels like an illusion, like they're not little swords, because swords that small look so benign. One second. You have to confining your field. Full extraction. Our guy is standing behind you. His sword's on fire, okay? And starting in the base of your spine, ice in the front. Scanning the audience. All right, you're clear. Doing a mass extraction of the audience.
You feel okay? No, I don't think it's from Isaiah. Um, I don't think it's from Isaiah. But I think something is bothering him. Has his behavior um, been very different? How do you know Jinn is in your body? Christine, yes, it went through. Well, that's one hell of a circumstance. If you live with Jinn, I don't think you have a mental disorder. I know what Jinn are. Rebecca, I think something he needs help with something. Okay. Um, I don't know what. His higher self is very private, and so I can't exactly scan. But it might be good if you get him like a necklace or a bracelet with a crystal, something that he can keep on him and he won't lose. And then maybe we can go ahead and program that for protection. Okay, Becky? Excuse me. Deb knows how to do that too. Well, I think she does. I think she does. I shouldn't be speaking for Deb. I believe she knows how to do that. So that's something you should consider. Okay, Becky? So let's see. Monique, are you here? I'm going to go ahead and close down the link. Monique, are you here? All right. Could you sew a crystal on his blanket? Or you know what? Maybe we could do the blanket itself. Depends what type of fabric it is. Synthetics tend to not hold the coating as well. Okay, so if his blanket has some natural fibers in it, then we could probably do that. Okay, so let's see. Oh, Monique. You wanted a bioscan. Monique, is there anything in particular that you want scanned? Tommy Toes, I do parasitic extractions. You can go to my website, meevolving.com. So nothing in particular. All right, let me just see. Whatever your higher self shows. Has your left elbow been having any issues? Because it looks like there's a disc right here. It's almost like the foot of a seat, like a kitchen seat. You know how sometimes it comes as a flat disc, a metal one. That's what it looks like. It does time to time. I'm trying to discern what it is. Because it extends, it has like a little bit of a guess you could say a nub for lack of a better word. And that nub goes into the joint. Your right shoulder feels off. Let me see. It has that same disc looking thing. It looks like some sort of implant in the shoulder. On the elbow, it's on the outside of the elbow and then extends in into the joint itself. Um, what is that though? I'm going to ask your higher self if this is something that should be left alone, because not all implants are bad. Do you usually speak to your higher self? Because I'm asking her a question and she's kind of just looking at me without any expression, just like a blank stare. Have you just been feeling off altogether? You have been talking to her more lately. Have you been feeling off for the past maybe 3 days? You zone out and don't remember. It looks like she's zoned out. She's like no expression, almost like if you were to be daydreaming. It's kind of like that. And she's kind of like not even blinking, just like, hello. This weekend was wild with emotion. I think what's going on right now, I don't necessarily feel like you have a parasitic circumstance. I think what's going on right now is you're so highly sensitive to this whole Lionsgate thing that's going on because it started weekend time. Okay. If you're feeling extra today, like um, agitated, annoyed, just feelings are all over the place, especially today, then it's probably the Lionsgate stuff. Um, I'm looking at your belly. You do have to change your diet, but I don't see parasitic stuff right now. A lot of old karmic stuff is coming up. Um, and again, I think it has to do with like the planetary galactic things going on. But a lot of old stuff looks like it's rising to the surface, and it like I don't know how to I don't know how to word this. Change your diet. Yeah, you have a food intolerance. You're intolerant of a few foods. This is something that is fairly recent within the past year, and you might want to consider removing all grains, dairy, and nightshades for at least 3 weeks. See how your health changes with that. Okay. Um, you're a high frequency individual, and high frequency people have a tendency to be intolerant of those foods, unfortunately, because they're heavily modified foods. And so we don't really digest them very well. They cause a lot of swelling in the belly. I'm seeing swelling in your belly, systemic inflammation. Let me see what else. There is a little bit of energetic pooling in your low back, like sacrum area, towards your tailbone, slightly to the right. That if you're having some discomfort in that area or your sciatic nerve, if that's starting to act up, it's probably because of that energy that's there. Okay. Um, that should be cleared out. I'm just looking at your Kundalini. And it looks like your Kundalini keeps surging, like it's preparing to activate itself. And usually, when something like that is observed, it has a heavy tie to the start of an ascension cycle. Like your soul is preparing you to begin an ascension cycle. And so it's generating some fuel. I found that the Kundalini energy has a tendency to be used as the fuel during an ascension cycle. So, I mean, all in all, I think you're really just going through your natural organic cycles, and there's not really anything that like, oh, we have to fix this, we have to fix this. You just, it's really everyday maintenance. The changing of your diet, diet modification is important, because as this continues to progress, leaky gut ends up becoming something just a nightmare to deal with. If it's allowed to get too out of control. Excuse me. But yeah, there's no major findings. Okay, Monique. Yeah, I think she's zoned out because of freaking all of this high frequency. It's almost as though she's being pulled into the aether, like etherically. So astral is low dimension. That's fourth dimension. That's where all the questionable hoo-has are. Did I just say hoo-has? The questionable beings, the demonic stuff. They exist on the fourth dimension. Okay, astral is fourth dimension. Your soul, it's like she's going and getting pulled up to like eighth, etheric. That's like Christ consciousness stuff. And she's zoning out. So, yeah, I think it's just a matter of you adjusting to the energies. Okay, but make sure you take care of your diet, because I want you to be able to avoid the host of health caca that comes along with it. Okay, so let's see. Next we have Gem Gardner. Jemmy. Okay. Oh, you're told you don't get to ask the questions. Is that right? Okay, let's see. Gem. Let us see. Him. Oops. Ooh, wait. If you want to ride. No, that's the wrong song. That's the wrong song. Okay. So you are definitely on a journey, a return trip back home. Okay, return trip back home. Let me get my other cards. And what's going on is your bags are packed. Everything is beginning to condense itself. And your higher self's trying to get you to comply. You're hard-headed, Jemmy. Every journey starts with a single step. So there you are. You're primed and ready to take a step towards your greatness. You're part of a legacy of light, okay? You're rising in your understanding, and that's probably why your higher self told you not to ask a question, because it doesn't want you to allow your monkey mind to interfere with the process. The monkey mind is more of the toddler phase of spirituality, of your spiritual development. Usually one of the characteristics of extremely intelligent, the profoundly gifted, is silence. They just observe. They hardly even blink. They just watch and watch and watch. Let me just get you some cards. Okay. So you're up against something. Um, whoever it is you're dealing with, man, they full of shit. They're full of shit. They're about to screw you over. Okay. They're about to screw you over. They have you focus on this stuff right here, making you think that they're on your side. They're not on your side. They're hiding something from you. And what's going to end up happening, you're going to feel like everyone is against you and that, they want to set you on fire. But no, you got an Ace of Wands in your pocket. You're going to start over fresh. Okay. I don't know if this is relatives or friends. Are you close with your family? Are your relatives? Like, do you have siblings? It might be your family then. It might not be friends. It might be your family. Do you have siblings? Okay. Do you have a sister? It feels like a female. I almost want to say it's a cousin, to be honest. Like a troublemaker ass cousin. If you have a troublemaker ass cousin, you need to cut her off. No, I'm serious. You're telling someone some of your business, and to you, it's not that big a deal. Is it an ex-best friend? They know something about you that isn't really a huge deal, but the way they go around spreading your business is making it a big deal. It's really just not good. Thank you, Missy Bargerter. Bangerter. That's one hell of a last name. I like that. That sounds super badass. Let me get you a couple more cards, okay? You also have the Hierophant card. Your higher self is guiding you through this, but you have to listen. That's why you're not allowed to talk. You have to listen. You have to just allow her to take you to where you need to be, where you are safest. Because whoever this female is, she's just annoying the shit out of me. She has wicked ass intentions. She's jealous. See? You're on the rise and they're like trying to pull you back down. I know this is not really the meaning of this card, but I see this and I think to myself, I feel to myself like this girl is so jealous, so jealous. She's been jealous of you from the start, and she continuously depletes you, constantly makes you feel like this. You gotta cut her out for real. And I tell you this, being friends with people who are friends with your enemies, not a good idea. Okay? So if you have mutual friends, you gotta examine that because people like to talk. Okay? Yeah, no, she's just jealous. She's whack. She's whack, is why. It doesn't matter how long, she's never going to get over it. What's her sign? Is she a Scorpio? She has like that Scorpio vendetta energy. And not to talk shit about Scorpios. Okay, not all Scorpios are like that. But they do have this weird ass thing where if you close enough, she's on a cusp. And she's Sagittarius. Y'all, from what I hear, I've seen those memes, those funny ass memes talking about how Sagittarius like to talk hella shit. Start hella shit. And then you add in that cusp energy of the Scorpio where, just can't let shit go. She ain't gonna stop. I mean, she's not gonna stop. You just cut her out. Clean cut. No, I'm not saying cut her for real. Like, girl, you go to jail. um, no, you haven't cut her out completely. She's still accessing your stuff. You guys still have mutual friends. You know, as long as you have those mutual friends, she'll continue to have ties to you. She's very deceptive, very, very deceptive. Oh, Jemmy, I'm sorry for her loss, but that has nothing to do with you. And I have to be cold hearted about that. I have to. That's the entry point. That's the entry point. Now, if you're going to continue, your guilt, your maternal guilt is the entry point, not your daughter. It's time you recognize how your emotions are being used against you, how you allow yourself to be manipulated. Okay, I'm going to be really real with you. You're the entry point. You're allowing yourself to be emotionally manipulated. And that's why I have to be harsh with you. Okay? It's not your fault that something happened to her family. It's not your fault that her family suffered a massive tragedy. You're going to have to let that go. Okay? That's like that psychological condition where survivor's remorse or survivor's guilt, like you always punish yourself because you survived. Like it should have been me, or I mean, obviously you're not offering up your child, but it's like it's along those lines. She's gonna keep sucking the energy from you. And it's honestly, it's not even her. She's a Trojan. She has a parasitic latching that used her tragedy to access you. And if you want to continue to allow it, no one else gets to say in that. Don't bother booking a session. It's going to be a waste of your money. Okay? I'm going to be very honest with you. I don't want that money if you're just going to allow it back in. I don't need that session. I need you to heal yourself. I need you to choose to put you and your family before someone else's, because that's what needs to happen. Okay? Her mother messaged you for what? If there's no relationship there, her mother doesn't need to message you. See how what I'm saying? She's not cut off. You created an illusion for yourself that you cut her off, but she's not cut off. She very much still has access to you. So, you don't have to take in anything that I say. You don't have to agree with it. You can completely ignore it, but that's what the energy shows. Okay? The entry point is you, your emotions. And if you if you want to look for other reasons why, I'm definitely not going to stop you. But those other reasons why are nothing but avoidance of what the actual issue is. Okay? So let's see. Next, we have Lauren Quinn. For Clartera, what is blocking me from moving forward? All right, Lauren Quinn. All right, Lauren's here. Let's see. All right. So you're definitely on an ascension path. Okay. You went from card number 28, collaborative dreaming, where you were still very much a participant of this matrix that we exist within, a matrix of illusion. And you went ahead and you woke yourself up. You began to notice things. You began to listen to how offended your soul is by the things that are going wrong in the world. And that really triggered a moment of clarity for you. And ever since then, you've been seeking answers, and it's been shifting your perception of everything, the relationships you have with people, the dynamic of those relationships, just everything. It's shifting everything. Well, now you're coming to a point in your journey where you're going to be shedding that old life. You need to. Okay. And this isn't about picking and choosing who you're letting go. This is about recognizing and honoring when the paths have diverged. Okay. Some people will drift away. It doesn't necessarily have to be through drama, but this is just how all of the first major ascension cycles go. Suddenly, quite a few people are missing from your life. Okay. Again, not because of drama always. Sometimes they just randomly go quiet, and it leaves you wondering, like, did I do something? Are we not friends anymore because I did something and they just didn't tell me and I'm not aware? Not necessarily. So, card number 10, releasing allegiances. You're currently at this point where you're naked in your truth. Okay. You're needing to love on yourself. You're kind of needing to retreat into yourself and allow yourself to explore yourself. There are so many different layers to you. And if you can look at her skin, I don't know if you can see that. Her skin is flaking off. You're shedding. You're shedding this old version of yourself. But you are still somewhat shackled. Those aren't bracelets, those are shackles. You're still shackled to this matrix that we exist within, which is perfectly fine. It doesn't necessarily mean that's a bad thing, but just know you will be going through a process that will help you to unshackle yourself. Okay. And that process, typically, when the people who are in our lives, the people that we love, are not at the same vibratory or frequency that we're in. What is going on with my eyelash? Okay. If they're not at the same level of frequency that we're at, it's very difficult for them to understand the process that we're going through. So then you get card number 30, the perfection of your life. With this card, this is talking about the storms that terraform our life. This is a huge storm that's coming. It's a huge, huge storm. When seen from the outside or from above, the storm is beautiful. The clouds are so fluffy and the beautiful light show, and it's just gorgeous to look at. But when you're actually in the storm, it's such a different experience. Okay. You have a storm brewing inside you, and people don't know what's going on because there's a very high likelihood you're not sharing much of your thoughts and feelings with others right now, because it just all sounds so weird and crazy. It's not weird or crazy. Quite a few of us go through the same exact process, have very similar details that you have in your process. And, we just don't like to talk about it. We all happen to think that it sounds crazy. But if you start talking about it with other people, you'll begin to recognize, oh my gosh, so many other people are going through it as well. It's actually pretty normal. So that's what you're needing to do. You're needing to enter the eye of the storm, and the eye is usually the quietest place. Okay. Make sure you're patient with yourself during this process. It's a very challenging process. Yeah. See, she says, no, I'm not, because I don't really have anyone to share it with. You will. You will. Trust me. You got to clear away all the disharmony before the soul tribe enters. The soul tribe won't infringe on your space. They won't. They'll stand back until you're ready to understand the gravity of their presence in your journey. And it's not that they've abandoned you. It's not that you're alone in this world. It's that you're being prepared to receive them. Okay? Hang in there. I'm going to get you a message from your higher self. Okay? Card number 20, the all-encompassing hand. You are the essence of my existence. Who am I? A mirror in your hand. Whatever you do, I will do. I am your irresistible reflection. With every breath I feel, my heart is beating with yours. In your joy, I am exuberant. In your sadness, I am in sorrow. If you are bitter, I become bitter. If you are grace, I become grace. My joy is when I'm bewildered in your beauty and taste the sweetness of love on your lips. If I pick a rose without you, it becomes a thorn in my hand. If I am the thorn, I become the rose in your hand. I have held your hand in mine for so long that I have long since ceased to distinguish where your sacred flesh once felt separate from mine. This sacred grasp pulses with love divine, and there is one hand holding and held, one being loving and loved, though we may appear by less ecstatic angels to be two. The love that gives us this handfast, beloved, is so powerful we could spin the entire universe upon its axis, and still our hands would be joined gently and yet enduringly in unfailing love and sublime friendship. Perhaps you're in need of reassurance. Perhaps you've been feeling somewhat alone on your path, or struggling with a matter deep within your precious, beautiful heart, and speaking of it to no one. Such loneliness that can foster in the heart. With no other to bear witness to your life experience, you may question your life, your sanity, your truths, and create doubt where no doubt need be. This must stop now. You are worthy of so much more, and this suffering is not essential for your growth. It is time to let it be and to open up to the touch of grace. So this oracle comes to you as the hand of the divine. It is the all-encompassing hand, the hand that has no limitation upon the blessings it can bestow, upon the troubles it can lift from you, upon the tenderness it can communicate to you through sacred touch. Allow that divine hand to reach for you. Do not turn it away. Do not let old shame, guilt, or mistaken notions of false independence keep you from accepting this heavenly hand. This hand reaches to gently wipe away tears of the past. It will deftly unravel the ties that have bound your own hands, preventing you from fully giving and receiving according to your worth, which is incontestable and without limit. This divine hand will reach for you in your meditations, your sleep, and your prayers. It will reach for you through life circumstances, through the smile or hug you receive from another, or the touch of another human being. This oracle comes with a particular message for you. There may be a situation or circumstance in your life that you may feel is somehow unable to be solved. This oracle comes with reassurance that there is nothing beyond the reach of the divine hand of grace. All can be solved. All can be resolved. There is always a higher, better, more beautiful outcome possible. You are asked to pray using the sacred honoring ritual and to do so with conviction. The divine has this situation in hand, and all is unfolding as it should be. Ask for help each day by saying, I ask for help this day, in all ways through unconditional love. Thank you. You can be more specific in your request, asking for help in a particular relationship or project too, if you wish. The divine wants to lend you a hand. But first, you have to ask, okay? You're not alone in this. You really aren't. It feels like you are because your soul is keeping you isolated so that you can focus on yourself. You have very, very classic empath type energy, where if someone else is suffering or struggling, you will forsake yourself in order to help them first. And so when you have that kind of love where you just give, 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 it's not a balanced love. Your soul is trying to teach you to receive. So allow yourself to receive, okay? Your soul family is coming. They are coming. You're not going to feel alone for much longer. You're going to begin meeting people who you won't feel crazy telling them the things that are happening. As a matter of fact, it will help confirm how not crazy you are because they probably experience the same thing or a variation of it. Okay, Lauren, I hope that reading helps you. You definitely have that first ascension cycle started already. That one's a very difficult one. The first one is always very, very difficult. It's the one that causes the person to feel
utterly destroyed. And that's because your perception of who you are is being dismantled. Okay? That's not who you really are. Who you think you are, up until you dismantle it, is nothing more than a collection of other people's perceptions of who they believe you should be. So your soul is undoing that so you can once again stand in the light of your truth. Okay? Yeah, this is the year that all the things we manifested last year or attempted to manifest, it's all coming to fruition this year. So just hang in there. Hang in there, okay? Next we have Jody Sheets. Okay, general. Let's see. Hi, Jen A. I used to have a friend named Jenny, and I used to call her Jen A. Not joking. I used to pronounce her name like that. And it's okay, because she used to pronounce my name all hella crazy, too. All right, Jody's here. Let's get you some cards, Jody. Ooh, what is going on, girl? Are you having some of that twin flame stuff going on? Let's go ahead and get some other cards. So, Jody. Oh, shit. Oh, my God. Ha. Let's see. Okay, Jody. This is a bit of a confuddled circumstance. Did you think you think you've met your twin? Possibly. Okay. That might possibly be your twin. And I'll show you the cards that. Okay. Oh, shit. Yeah. Girl. All right. So here's the dealio. This is a twin flame card. Card number 13, Power of Attraction. So there is an elevated likelihood that that is your actual twin, okay? Card number 37, Focus on the Light. This is telling me that twin is a reflection of your darkness, your shadow self. They are not in a very balanced place. Their energy is they're very wounded right now. Okay. Very, very wounded. So the other cards that pop up, Four of Cups, I don't know if there's someone else that's involved and they're like saying all kind of stuff about you to him. But there's some fuckery afoot, girl. Like, like someone's trying to basically set you up, get him to turn on you, and look at this. This is a person who likes drama. They have a very intense masculine presence. Is it him? Girl, it's almost as though the parts of you that are not healed are so amplified by him. Like, he doesn't want to see the light. He doesn't want to focus on growth. He's very much satisfied, whoever this energy is, this emperor devil energy. He's very much content with being miserable. And I mean, you can still love your twin from afar and let them be miserable on their own. Okay. It's definitely, it's one thing for a twin to be suffering through something like addiction or depression, and they just don't have it all in the mind to understand what they're
suffering through and how to help, how to implement solutions. But it's a whole nother thing when they like that. You know what I mean? And the feeling that I get is kind of like whoever this is, I don't know if it's a twin or if it's someone that's associating with a twin, but they like that. That's their. Are you a Pisces, Jody? Are you a Pisces? Oh, what? Oh, so it's the friend. Girl. That's why everything's all confuddled. We don't know what's day, what's night, what's up, what's down. Everything is all like muddled together. You have the Son of Cups, which what's he filling that cup with? That your potential twin is sipping from. Because remember, he's touching all the cups with his caca ass fingers. Unwashed, caca ass, disease spreading fingers. What's he filling that with? And then you have the Fool card. The Fool card, I don't know if maybe Pisces is, the energy, it just frazzles me because whoever this is, and I think it might be the friend more than the twin, just really, really wants to create all kind of drama. Ugh. Are they close? Jody, this is a mess. This is a mess. I don't know if maybe you need to kind of just leave this be for a little bit until they figure themselves out. They're not roommates, are they? Are they roommates? You said that they're friends? Jody, you still here? Uh-oh. I hope her electronics. Okay. Yeah, I hope this gives you clarity. It's going to continue to be a huge mess. It's going to continue to be a very, very huge mess. Guys, general rule of thumb. General rule of thumb, okay? Don't double dip. Don't date their friend. Don't date their family, relative, whatever. Don't date their roommate. Date people who are completely separate from each other, okay? Because what ends up happening, that's a prime condition for parasitic influence, for use of Trojans. Everything is so commingled that it becomes very, very easy to make a huge mess of it for you. Okay. I hope this helps, Jody. I really hope it helps. I would probably try and back off for a little bit. And again, I don't have all the answers. I might be wrong. Might be best if you stick around. Personally, I feel like it's just going to give more fuel for that fire of fuckery. That's just my honest assessment of that circumstance. But who the hell am I anyways? Like, seriously, who am I to have any assessment? Let me see who's next. Tess, are you here, Tess? Okay, let me just put this on. I don't know if I told you guys, I went and got myself knee braces today. Or actually, Daddy got them for me. They're amazing. I'm excited to go work out as soon as this live is done. Let me just find a song, okay?
Breathe. I'm going to do supportive energy. Archai is going to do the activation for you. How do you feel? Good. So with that, you might feel some odd sensation in your knees. There was a little bit of energetic pooling in the knee area, uh, slightly behind the kneecaps. I don't know if you've been working out pretty hard and you're developing runner's knee or what, but there is some pooling of energy there. And I tried to clear as much of it as I could as he was doing the activation. Okay. So I don't know if you want to consider. I don't know if you want to consider supplementing with turmeric. I don't know if you're on any other medications, but definitely look into turmeric. It's very good for inflammation. That's what it is then. You've been eating caca. Ow. Oh, good, good. Is it possible for you to megadose turmeric for a short period, temporarily megadosing it? That might help. Okay. So, I know your health is a complicated thing. So definitely do what you know to be best for you. All right. Let's see. Next, we have Christine Hassan. Scan. Okay. So we'll do our tarot reading as well.
Christine, are you here? All right, there you are. Let's get you some cards. Okay, so regarding your business, let's see what we can get information for. Immediately, I'm feeling like there's competition. Um, definitely, definitely something that is going to be offered or has been recently offered. Um, definitely something that, like a business opportunity that's been offered or is about to be offered, and there's competition for it. And what ends up happening, what I'm feeling like is it kind of makes you feel, well, no, not makes you feel, but it's almost as though they're trying to sabotage it, the competition. Um, it's kind of an icky sort of feel. Don't mind the demon, you guys. Don't mind the demonic work. It's like, so let's see. I'm just going to shuffle one more time, I'm told. Did you just recently let go of someone? Let's see. Mm-hmm. All right. So, Christine, the feeling that I was getting is kind of being supported by the cards. You got card number 47, Grand Cross Provoker. And it does feel like someone is attempting to instigate malicious talk or activity aimed at your business. That doesn't mean anything, though. Right, right. It's not you. It's, competition is healthy for business, It creates, yeah, like an employee. You have your individual. Were they mad at you? I don't know if they get hired somewhere else or if they're starting their own business. And so they're provoking others to like join their cause of trying to tear you down. But it doesn't matter because, every time someone talks about you, whether it's good or bad, it's advertisement. Okay. I know your heart is a very pure heart, and it would hurt you a lot to hear some of the things that are being said. But when you enter a business arena, that's some of the behaviors you encounter. Okay. Um, that comes from a lacking mindset. They believe they don't have what it takes to make it. And so they tear others down. That's not your problem. Okay. Allow them to continue to spread advertisement for you. Because what ends up happening, and this is what I've lived through, they talk shit about you to whoever will listen with malicious intent. And the people who believe that are people who didn't want you to succeed anyways. Screw those people. Now, the other people who don't know you, they get curious, like, what is all this that's being said? And so they get brought to you. Okay. And all you have to do is continue to put the same level of integrity, passion, and purity into the food that you're making. Remember, you're encoding healing in this food. And all it's going to do is card of fortune increase, card number 45. Okay. You're going to increase your sales because whoever it is that's going to, oh Girl, I don't know. It might not have happened yet. It might be both of them. It might be the one that's still working for you. It feels like someone that has insider knowledge of your business. Okay? Listen to your intuition. You know how insanely intuitive you are. Listen to your intuition. Don't guilt yourself. Don't shame yourself into ignoring what your intuition says, or you will screw yourself over. Okay? I learned this the entirety of 2018. And every single person I did that with absolutely took that opportunity. They jumped on that opportunity excitedly to screw me over. Did they screw me over? No, they didn't. They just helped me to learn, to stop being so ashamed of the fact that I'm intuitive. I know things for a reason. Okay? You know things for a reason. Listen to that. I think it might be him too. To be honest, I don't know any of these people. I think it might be him too. Your next card number 15, Gemini, I think. If that ain't confirmation, with the Gemini card, this is about communication. Okay, you have to begin communicating with him, not saying, "Look, I think you're an amazing person, but I had a psychic reading recently and they said you were going to talk shit about me." No, we're not doing that. I want you to begin a conversation with him to really get a feel for his level of integrity. If he's already bad mouthing other businesses to you, you already know. You know what I mean? So you're okay, good. Have a meeting with him. Careful of how you address it. Careful of the words that you use. Careful of how it affects his ego. So he's probably on the way out already. It feels like someone you fire. So it's probably him. It doesn't feel like they quit. It feels like someone you fire. I think it's him. I think it's him. You want me to bind him? No, I'm joking. I don't do that. On live streams. No, I'm kidding. I don't do that for real. He also said he's going to start a food. There you go. There you go. Because that was a feeling that I got earlier. Like, I don't know if he's doing this because he's trying to get in good with another, another like food company. And in order to do that, talk shit about yours. You know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah. For someone who talks so much shit, he is so sensitive. You like really have to put on your kitty gloves, furry kitty gloves, not kid gloves, kitty gloves. And yeah, no, he needs to go. You need to find a way to get rid of him that will be in the best interest for everyone involved. I'm going to pull you out a couple more cards because I don't want to leave it at that. This one jumped out. And is he taking from you? Is he taking from your business, like giving food away when you're not there to his friends? Taking supplies home? Getting a hold of your vendors? You might want to do an inventory and maybe even an audit. I don't know how closely you keep track of all your things. Oh, girl, your man's about to kick his ass. Where is my here? Okay, so okay, you got the 9 of Cups. It's about success, health, well-being, abundance, difficulties that you're overcoming. I also get the feeling like, there's so many cups. He's been spreading. Just take a little bit from here, a little bit from there, a little bit from there. They won't notice. It's just a little bit from everything. But then when you add it all up, this mofo has taken a lot. Wait, what? What happened? That's a complaint from my other employees. He's been good. You take a wooden spoon and you spank his hand with it. I fucking hate thievery. I do. That is just okay. Have you been making sure that your register is squared away? Girl. He needs to talk to Jesus, is what he needs. Jesus will slap him silly. I'm telling you. I am telling you. This is about what do you call it? You studying him. This is about studious and intent. So you have to study how to approach this. You can, I guess, take the angle of, you've had several complaints of him absconding company stuff. I don't know. Okay, he cooks. Girl. Yeah, he needs to go. You have to figure out a way to do this. You have to study him so that he can't file some sort of labor dispute, discrimination, wrongful termination. He might do all of those things. He might attempt to do all of those things. Okay? I'm sure in California, you need to be familiar with the labor law commissioner and all the different ways in which he can involve the labor law commissioner. I would not put it past him. I really wouldn't. This is why I will never operate a business in California. Okay. Ace of Swords, great determination, initiative, strength, activity, excessiveness, triumph, fertility, prosperity, deep emotions. I think if you talk to him, he's not going to take you serious because you have a very gentle energy. I think if your boyfriend talks to him, I think it's going to be a completely different thing. You might even want to ask him to sign a non-compete, non-disclosure agreement. I don't know how it works. I don't know how it works. From now on, you might want to talk to your legal team about what you can do with employee contracts that involve, non-compete and whatever agreements. I think you should definitely be there. I think you should definitely be there, both of you. Yeah, I definitely feel like you should both be there, but he definitely needs to have like a firm presence, which I don't think he has a problem having a firm presence, especially with something like this. If he's not watching this with you, you might want to have him watch it with you, okay, later on. Yes, 100%. I feel that. I feel like he's going to steal your trade secrets. You have to put something in place. This is a learning experience. You have to put something in place that protects the future of your business. No taking trade secrets. That needs to be a part of their employment contract. Well, see, with your energy, it's gentle. And girl, I really adore you. You go beyond firm, bitch. It takes a lot. It really, really takes a lot. And my concern is that he's pushed you over the threshold, or he's going to say something that pushes you over the threshold. And that's what's going to trigger the whole cascade of everything. Okay? So you got to play the good cop, bad cop. You got to be the good cop. I hate to tell you this. You got to kind of play the role of like, oh, I can't believe you did that to us. And then let your boyfriend be the bad cop. Because if it's bad cop, he's definitely going to enjoy doing all of this stuff. At least if one of you is still the good cop, then he might kind of hesitate a little bit and be like, she was really nice to me. I don't know. Not be silent, but if you feel yourself starting to get into that firm mode, kind of nudge the boyfriend, like, just You be the one to say it. Yeah. Um, hey Laura, if and of course we're not giving legal advice. This is just for entertainment purposes. Hey Laura, do you know if she can have okay, let me just not. Let me just not. I don't want to put you on the spot like that. Um, Passion Living LA, seek legal counsel. Ask them if you can require he sign something, an agreement, where he won't be disclosing your trade secrets uh, before he picks up his check. Just make sure. Jamal Williams, Jesus is so ashamed of you for being judgmental and for condemning. That absolutely goes against everything that he taught. And you have aligned yourself with the very people who allowed him to be crucified. Shame on you. Shame on you. Shame on you for attempting to instill fear within me, for being divinely connected. Shame on you. What you say is not out of love. It's fear mongering. And I will not allow it. I will not allow you to spread that hate in my sacred space. My work is about empowering people. My work is about reminding people they are divinely connected to God, just as Jesus' work was the same, divinely connected to God. You don't get to come here and spew that blasphemy. No, you don't. Don't you ever involve the name of Jesus in your hate. Ever. Exactly. Jacqueline, these are gifts from Spirit. I lived my entire life ashamed of the fact that I was different, ashamed of the fact that I could hear God. So many people could have received messages from their own soul, but I was busy hiding in shame and fear, and I won't anymore. Nope, I will not. I will stand here defiantly. Condemn me all you want. You don't have the power nor the authority to do that to me or my soul. Not without my agreement, and I do not agree. No way in hell will you ever shut me and my soul up. I will continue to do this work, empowering others, giving others clarity until they can find it for themselves. But don't you ever come on my live and use the name of my brother to spread your hate program. Ever. Mhm. Yes, Melissa, they definitely need something before they start. They definitely need to make sure, especially you have such a niche type of product. You don't want that being released. You have such an amazing thing going on. But rest assured that just because a recipe or an ingredient is released, it doesn't mean they can recreate what you have, because what you have is programmed with the love from within your heart. That's what sets you apart. People can taste the love that you put into the food you're creating. And that's why you're going to succeed. That's why this is going to blow up really big, and it's going to be something amazing, amazing, you know? Yeah, the person making the food is all the difference. I've given people the recipe to my vegan gluten-free truffles. They don't know what to do with it. Like, it just doesn't taste the same. I don't taste the love. Well, do you sing to the truffles? As you stir, do you say love, love, love? Because that's what I do. I love, love, love as I'm stirring. You know. So legally, you can't withhold check or make them sign something in order to fire them. These are, yeah, yeah. And again, you guys, we're not giving legal advice. These are just little tidbits we're sharing. Definitely talk to actual legal counsel to make sure that all of your rights as an employer are kept intact. Okay. So let's see. Is there anyone else? Okay. All right, guys. Jamal, I know you're probably banned from the page at this point from the channel. I just want to thank you for volunteering because I wasn't mad. I didn't need to say all those things. I just did to show people they don't have to be ashamed. That's all that was. You guys, whatever people want to think, let them think that. Let them think that. Do not become a prisoner to your shame and guilt. There is nothing about you that you have to be ashamed of. Nothing you need to feel guilty for. We are here traveling this path together yet separately, learning the same lessons. If you already knew all these things, you wouldn't make mistakes. And if you already knew all these things, you wouldn't be here in an attempt to learn it. Okay? We're all fractals of one consciousness, the mind of God. All of us. We are all like cells that come together, separately yet together, functioning together like the mind of God, experiencing any given circumstance from many different points of views because it's efficient. This concept of separateness, it's a perception. This individuated consciousness is nothing more than a fractal, a fragment of one consciousness. We truly are one. And don't be afraid, because let's face it, if you truly believe in God as religious people believe, okay, that God is omnipotent, omnipresent, that means nothing is more powerful than God. God is everything, everywhere. Doesn't that mean God is within you? Doesn't that mean God created you? So you're saying God made a mistake when he created me? That something more evil than God was able to strong arm God to create me. And when you call me and my work an abomination, you don't think that's offensive to God? You're telling God, I know more than you. What you created here is wrong. Everything that exists in creation exists for a purpose, demons included. They serve to grow you in ways you refuse to grow in the light. So just think on these things. Definitely just think on these things. Okay? God, prime source, prime creator, universe creator, whatever you want to call it, whatever you want to call it, however you want to define it. For me personally, God is not a man on a throne in heaven somewhere up there. The moment you begin to confine God to limited perceptions such as that, it ceases to be God. My concept of God is that God is everything and nothing and the spaces in between. God is whatever it chooses to be. So, I mean, that's just that. Are you wrong for believing what you believe? No. Am I any more right than you are? No. But I'll be damned before I let someone come in here and try and shit in my sacred space. I'll be damned before I do that. So, I'm going to go to the gym because I got new knee braces and I'm ready to try them out. I'm ready to try them out, you know? I'm just like, oh, wait. Oh, yes. Scan. Let's do this. I'm so sorry, Passion living in LA. I don't even need this on. I'm just doing a scan. All right, let's see. So I see what looks like hooks and cords in the lower portion of your heart space. Um, I wouldn't be surprised if you've been having quite a bit of stress. Yeah, as a business owner, that's not uncommon. But it seems like this stress, I don't know if it's coming from that employee, but it seems like this stress is intended to hook into you. You're a very high frequency individual. Send fire through those. Okay? Send fire through those cords. Burn them up. Remove them. You're in my Coco 33, right? I can't remember. I think you are. If you're not, you should definitely join. We just covered this in clinical last weekend, or this past weekend. So, these are things you're going to need to begin practicing, learning and practicing so that you can maintain your own auric field. Yeah, it's a lot that you're going through right now. Most of it is in your mind. Not that you're making it up, but most of it has to do with the thoughts that you have regarding certain circumstances. And so as you continue to think about it and think about it and think about it, the anxiety amplifies. Okay? So you have to make sure that you begin to think about it and then think about the solutions. Okay, don't just keep fixating on what the problem is. You need to begin, and you have the kind of mind that functions in a way that fixates. That's just how it naturally functions. Because you have a manifestation ability, the fixation is a part of that. Whatever you fixate on, that's what you're pumping energy to manifest. So instead of fixating on the problem, which amplifies and compounds it, fixate on the solution and begin implementing the solution as you fixate on it. It'll solve it real quick. Okay, it'll get everything situated, and then you won't have as much anxiety. I don't know if it's just the time of year, like if um, food businesses experience a lot more stuff going on this time of year, since it's like, end of summertime and more people are coming around, and more projects or whatever. But that anxiety is probably not going to go away until maybe after, what do you call it, Halloween. Maybe not until after Halloween. Okay, but then it's going to pick back up in what do you call it, holiday season time, like Thanksgiving, Christmas. So you have to learn how to roll with it and not really internalize it so much, because that's what pulls the cords in. They can't breach your shield. Your shield is badass. But when you pull in that anxiety because you don't want to stress other people out, you internalize it. That's how it pulls it in. Okay. Um, but yeah, that anxiety, it's not going to go away. The amount of stress is not going to go away. You just have to learn how to cope with it a little more efficiently. Lots of giant fast. Yeah, see. But hey, that just means your business is growing. So it's going to be an amazing last half of the year for you and your business. These are just a few little hurdles that you have to get through so that you can be set up for a major explosion in business come 2020. Okay. Um, Jacqueline, why do you ask? You're asking if my son goes to the gym with me. Oh, let me make sure. Oh, wait. Let me um let me look at your back. I want to make sure there's nothing in your back. Have you been having pain beneath and behind your right ear? So the right side of, like, basically the back of your head, the right side near your right ear. Any kind of dull ache or headache, mild pressure. The back of your head. Passion Living LA. I have to do a deep core scan. Something crushed your shield, back of your head, blunt force trauma. When did that start? A few days ago? This has to have been something huge to do this to your shield. Like, huge. Have you been having really intense bad dreams? Um, did you email me about it? Okay. I don't see anything inside your ear right now. Um, but it's crushed. This region right here, crushed. Outer shield, mid shield, and it's almost like it's almost touching your actual physical head. Um, Scanning for parasites. Whatever it was released. No residue. Rewinding tape. This thing is fucking smart. Remove distortions. Find clip. Scan core. Subatomic level. Particum. This thing is smart, ridiculously smart. It went down to particum level. That's beyond subatomic. That's God particle. It rearranged the flashline sequencing, the grids, everything to erase its presence.
Okay. This is Oziel. Ah. So that was Azazel. Have I told you about Azazel? Did that come up in your reading? You know what? Let me go ahead and message you privately. Um, uh, I don't remember having an email from you. Message me again. Email me again. Whatever it was that you sent. I don't know. I don't remember getting any email. Message me again and let me know what happened, and I'll explain to you about some of the findings. But it's a very archaic being. It typically doesn't go that deep, though. I'm curious what he wants from you. How long ago was the first night when you woke up and you heard breach? How long ago was that? Was that a while? Just email me, okay? Christine, just email me and we'll talk about it, okay? You'll be okay. I went ahead and I corrected your shield. I reinforced it. I cleared out any of the energy that became stagnant from that blow, and it should be perfectly okay. Email me about the dragon. Um, my memory sucks real bad, but that seems significant. I don't remember details of the dragon. What you're referencing. So just email me, okay? You guys, I'm gonna go ahead and end this live. Thank you so much for sharing this space with me. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, please do subscribe, turn on that notification bell, and join me every single time I'm live. So email me, Christine. All right, give this video a thumbs up, and I'll see you guys again very soon. Bye.